At the end of the Revolutionary War, Christian commitment in America was collapsing. More than 10% of adults were alcoholics. 2% of adults had died from alcoholism annually. It was 10 times the US COVID mortality rate. Sexual assault was rampant. And Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Marshall, wrote his Episcopalian bishop asking if the Christian faith could survive. Voltaire and Thomas Paine declared everywhere that there would not be any Christians left in 30 years. In 1784, English Baptists called on all believers to set aside the first Monday evening every month to pray for revival in the churches, to pray for the salvation of the lost and the spread of God's kingdom's influence worldwide. Soon, Presbyterians in the American Middle Atlantic, All-American Methodists, Congregationalists, Reformed, and Moravians had joined this concerts of prayer movement. In 1794, New England pastors called on churches to redouble their prayer efforts. In 1800, revival began to break out in frontier Kentucky, where lawlessness had preventing courts from convening for 5 years, and less than 1% of the population attended church. A Presbyterian circuit-riding pastor, James McGrady, had his 3 small rural congregations praying every Saturday night and Sunday at sunrise. 11,000 people were attending his summer camp meetings. By the end of 1800, 40% of Kentuckians had accepted Christ. This spread to Tennessee, Indiana, Ohio, then to the South and Northeast. Prayers in England all across denominations started in 1784, and increasing in New England in 1794 struck a spark of revival in a godless, lawless frontier. This wildfire of faith ultimately led to tens of millions coming to faith worldwide in the first 3 decades of the 19th century. This persistence in prayer illustrates a spiritual principle later described by Charles Spurgeon that with perseverance, the snail reached the ark.